Hey guys, welcome to Dylan's Hill Hobbies, and today I am going to be talking about my fluval 9-gallon aquarium and what happened with that tank, and also what is going to happen to that tank. So let me explain. So originally I had a betta fish. My betta fish I had since about 2015. I absolutely loved that fish. At this time, it was 2018, but it was like maybe 4 or 5 months ago when I originally got the 9-gallon aquarium and set it up. So I had a betta fish. My betta fish was like, I want to say about 3 years old, something like that. I absolutely loved that betta fish. That betta fish name was Dave, and he was my absolute little buddy. Now, eventually what happened was, I had him at a 3-gallon aquarium, and I wanted to keep some shrimp with them. I wanted to make this entire series about how you could possibly keep betta fish with shrimp, and I wanted to see if it was possible for myself. Because I see everywhere people putting betta fish with shrimp, and it works sometimes, but it doesn't work all the time. And I wanted to see if I could make it work. So what I did is I bought the Fluval 9-gallon because I wasn't going to put the shrimp in a 3-gallon tank with a betta fish. That's a death trap. I wanted to make a good aquascape so the shrimp could, of course, run and hide away from the betta fish if they chose to do so. So that's what I did. I bought a 9-gallon Fluval Flex tank and I set it up. Originally, when I set it up, I was living in the other room, and I did an unboxing. It's actually on my channel. If I can find it, I'll leave a link to it in the description below. I did an unboxing of the tank, and then I never did another video after that. Originally, I was going to aquascape it, and I did film it, but I lost the video, and I don't understand why, but I know I lost the video to the filming of my aquascape. But I have a pretty cool aquascape. I made like a little volcano in the middle, and I put a bunch of plants everywhere all over the tank. It was cool. Speaking about the plants though, I had like Monte Carlo, and I tried Jungle Bell originally. That died, and then I tried hairgrass and dwarf hairgrass, and except for my Liguilla actually did very well in the tank. I had that in the back of the aquarium, and that basically grew all over the back of the tank. It was cool. I loved that plant. And eventually, when I took down the tank, I put the Liguilla in this aquarium, and it's right here. I have a couple strands of it in the back, and one like right here. The Liguilla is still growing. It's still alive in this tank, so that's pretty cool. I love this tank and the plants in it, and the Liguilla is still alive. But as for my other plants, I just couldn't keep alive in the tank, and I think what was going on was I had betta fish and some shrimp. I was new to the whole planted tank world. I mean, Anubis and Java Fern and moss, you know, that's how you start out in the planted tank, and like this tank, that's what this tank has, and this tank is doing just fine with it. Those are like the easiest plants to keep ever. If you can't keep Anubis, Java Fern, and moss alive, then you can't keep plants alive, period. And my aquarium does very well with those types of plants, but in this tank I wanted to try something a bit harder, and I just couldn't keep it alive. I don't think I was dosing enough nutrients, and yet I didn't want to overdose, so I really didn't know what I was doing with that tank at first when it comes to the plants, and eventually they all just died off, so that sucked. Again, except for the Liguilla. The Liguilla grew wild all over the tank. And then I had shrimp, and I eventually added my buddy Dave, my betta fish, to the tank. And Dave didn't care about the shrimp at all. In fact, I had the tank for about 4 months, and he didn't care about the tank, about the shrimp at all. He just loved to chase them. I think he killed maybe 2 of them, and I would actually go and count my shrimp every night, from what I could see, and I would actually come back with a number higher than I usually would. So the shrimp were probably breeding in the tank. I am positive that Dave probably ate some of the shrimp babies. I am certain of that. You know, he's a betta fish. They're gonna do what betta fish do. But he really didn't care about the shrimp. All he wanted to do was he loved swimming through the plants, and then when he was mad, this is just something that he would do. When he was mad, he would actually come and get my attention, like jump in the tank and all that, get my attention. When I come over to him, he would lay on the ground and be all mad at me. That's what he would do. He was such a personality-driven fish. And the only reason why he was mad at me was because it was when I either didn't turn out the light, because he loved, he had like a specific time schedule, and if I didn't turn out the light on his tank, he would actually get mad at me, get my attention, then lay on the tank, lay on the bottom of the tank as if he was gonna die because he was mad at me because I didn't turn off his light. Or if I forgot to feed him, which I never forgot to feed him. I usually just sat there and wait until he did it. You know, got my attention and then laid on the ground because it was so funny to me. He was such a personality-driven fish, and that's how I fed him. He would come to me, he would yell mad at me, he would lay on the ground, I would finally put some food in, and then he would eat it and go on his merry way. He didn't care about the shrimp at all for a very long time. And then, you know, this is the thing about keeping living animals in a glass box. The entire aquarium hobby is all about bringing nature into our home aquarium. Into our home, period. And the fact is, when you bring nature in the home, well, nature is going to happen. And death is only a part of nature. And eventually, Dave again was 3 years old. Betta fish can live 3 to 5, so he had a pretty normal lifespan. And one day he decided that this is it. He was getting really old. So he killed all of the shrimp. He went on a death spree. I don't know why he did that. He had one last hurrah, laid back down to fall asleep, and a half an hour later, he was dead. But he was looking really bad the week ahead of that, and I was doing so many water changes trying to keep him alive, but he passed. And when he passed, I couldn't look at the tank anymore. Because Dave was my favorite fish, you know? He was such a personality-driven fish. I loved him. I get really attached to any animal that comes into my care. So when he died, I couldn't look at the tank anymore. And you could see the tank in my old videos on my channel. You can see that I used to have the Fluval 9-gallon aquarium behind me in all of my videos. And I had lava rock in there. I never made an update about it because, again, my plants died, and eventually at the time, My Hero Academia was doing very, very well. It was very, very high, and I wanted to focus on My Hero Academia. I never stopped focusing on Dave, obviously, but I just never made an update video on him. And then when he did die, I did make an update video on the tank, telling people that he died. And that video was about 2 months ago when I filmed it. I don't remember when I put it out, but that video 2 months ago is when I filmed it. I couldn't even look at the tank. What I did was I took it down. I ripped it all the way down after Dave died. Dave my betta fish, when he died, I just ripped down the whole tank, and I couldn't even clean it that night. I just couldn't look at it. And then the next morning, I got up, I cleaned it, and I'm not gonna kid with you guys. I had a couple tears in my eyes. Did I straight out cry? No, but I could feel tears coming. I did not want to take the tank down, but I could not look at the tank now that Dave was gone. So I cleaned it up, I boxed it, and put it in the garage. Now, does this mean I'm never gonna keep a betta fish again? No. If I get another betta fish, I get another betta fish, you know? I don't replace, you know? But I have an open heart, so if I get another betta fish, I get another betta fish, but I don't want to keep another betta fish. There are other fish in the sea that I want to keep. And there is one more fish that I want to keep. I'm really looking into keeping it now. I'm not going to tell you guys the fish, exactly what the fish is yet. I'll do that in the next coming weeks. But you see, it's October right now. I live in Arizona. And look, I live in Arizona, so I'm not going to get snow or anything like that. But December can be a very cold month. But December is obviously Christmas. And for kind of an early Christmas gift, I'm starting to look to get this new fish. And it's not like I need a 1,000,000-gallon tank for or anything. It's like a 2-inch fish. They can be just fine in the 5 to 15-gallon aquarium just fine. And hey, I have a 9-gallon aquarium sitting in a box in the garage. I'm thinking I'm going to set that tank up again and maybe get this new fish. Now, if I get this new fish, again, it's October. I'm wanting to get it before December, before it gets really cold here. Not to mention where I'm going to be buying it from. Where I'm buying it from, they can get really cold as well. I can only buy it offline because there's no way I'm going to find this fish that I want at, like, my local pet store or anything like that, unless I have a very fancy pet store, which I don't have. So the only way I can get this fish is to buy it offline, and that's what I'm looking to do. If I get this fish now, then number one, I'm going to get it. Number two, I don't have to be on back order, and number three, I can get it before it starts getting cold here. And more importantly, I can get it before it starts getting really cold there where the fish are coming from. So I need another tank to set up, and guess what? I have a fluval Flex 9-gallon aquarium sitting in a box in the garage. And I'm looking to get this new fish. It's time to set that aquarium up and get my new fish. So, in the very next video, I am going to be setting up that tank again, and then we're going to continue on the series. I'm going to aquascape it, of course. I'm going to get this new fish and see how they do and make updates and all that. It's going to be fun. But that is basically what happened to that fluval 9-gallon aquarium. I still have it, and I'm going to go set it up. Tomorrow, in fact, is when I'm going to set it up. So, again, I don't know when this video is going to be uploaded. I don't know when my next video on this subject is going to be uploaded. But I am going to set up that aquarium again, and I am going to get some new fish in it. So that is going to be awesome. That's the story of the tank. I hope you guys like this video. It's just a kind of long little story video of why I originally had the 9-gallon aquarium and why I tore it down. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm out. I can't wait to set it back up and get these new fish.